big story this noon. Senior citizens swarmed the state capitol, all to voice opposition to a proposed tax on retirement income. Just one of many protests that have taken place following Governor Rick Snyder's budget proposal. 24-hour News 8 political reporter Rick Albin has covered nearly every moment of it. He's live again in Lansing with the story. Rick?
Several hundred people protesting right now. They're talking about that tax on pensions, and many of these people brought out by AARP, who sponsored this protest. But it's a very busy day here. It's not just about protesting here in front of the Capitol, but there's very big legislative action taking place. Over in the Senate, they're going to wrap up the work on the item pricing law. Over in the House, they should finish up the emergency manager legislation. It is a very active season here in Lansing, not just with the budget, but with legislation. These protesters today made it very clear they don't like the idea of a pension tax, and the leader of the Democrats over in the House doesn't like it either.
I think what we're showing is a shift away from the responsibilities for many of the businesses to people who have the least ability to be able to pay, whether it's the earned income tax credit change or the taxing pensions. And I think a lot of folks that are here or that you'll see here are interested in looking at some equity issues when it comes to pensions, but I think they'll sit back and say, God, why are you creating this big change in the business tax structure that takes businesses off the hook at the same time you're asking us to pay more?
And that's the argument that many people are making. Democrats and some of these people who are protesting say, look, at the very time that Governor Snyder is talking about reducing business taxes, he's talking about increasing taxes on pensions that currently are not taxed. Those would go up to about $900 million. It's a big chunk of money. If that comes out of this budget, it'll make the budget negotiations much more difficult. We're going to continue to stay here. We talked to some of those people over in the crowd. You'll hear what they had to say tonight on 24-hour News 8 at 5 and 6 o'clock. Live in Lansing, I'm Rick Albin, 24-hour News 8.